Let's get paid, y'all. Live dogs in the mix.
What's going on, guys? UFC 315 is upon us. Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della-Maddalena. And I'm excited about it. I want to apologize to you guys for missing the last card. I was moving from Texas to the Philippines. You may hear some roosters and motorcycles and different things like that because of where I live. But it's overall pretty quiet, so I think we can get through it. This card is good, man, especially compared to what we've had lately. We did lose one of my biggest and most anticipated fights, which was Yoel Alvarez versus BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis. I would have taken Alvarez. Now he's got a replacement, and that shakes things up. But at least we still have all the fights together for the most part, which has not been commonplace, right? We're always losing these fights, man. Yeah, I've got a great underdog pick, despite I have lost the last 4, which has never happened. You know, we had a 7-fight streak, and now we're on a 4-fight losing streak. So, I mean, eventually the ball's got to come back in our court, and I do believe we do it here. So, without further ado, let's bust it wide open. First fight is going to be Brad Katona versus Bekzak Almakhan. I liked his debut. Almakhan's debut was great. He looked good against Umar early. Of course, he was never winning that fight, though. Umar is a great fighter and a great prospect, and he did lose, but he looked good. And Brad Katona is a guy that I really like, who I think is criminally underrated. And he's won for me as an underdog a lot. So if you have Brad Katona here, I'm not mad at you. But despite that fact that I do like him and he is a good underdog, I have a bad taste in my mouth from his last fight where I picked him as an underdog. He didn't look good. Other guy looked great, so I'm taking Bekzat. And I like this fight to go over. I think that's the best play here, to be honest. Daniel Santos versus Jiang Lee. I'm going to take Lee. I'm not impressed with Santos. I don't think he has a lot of heart. I think he gasses. I think he throws a lot of wild stuff, and sometimes he can catch you. I don't think he catches Lee. I think Lee's going to be bigger, stronger, a better wrestler, and really looking to bounce back after his loss to Hyder Emil, who was an underdog, by the way, that I picked as a live dog of the week in that fight. And I think Hyder Emil is a step up above Daniel Santos. Emil would smoke Daniel Santos any day of the week. And I think Lee will get it done here, and it's probably going to go to decision. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva, as far as we've seen him in the UFC, he's been a complete can. Guy doesn't seem like he wants to fight. And Barriault, despite being KO'd in his last couple fights, or being, chinny period, he's still a guy that's got hands. I think that, he's going to come in there excited, looking to get a win in his home country. And Bruno Silva's going to be the same old Bruno Silva, get backed up against the fence and get KO'd, similar to how Marc Barriault got KO'd in his last fight. But, yeah, man, I don't know if I want to bet this one, but I don't think it goes over. I definitely don't think it goes to decision, and I think Mark gets it done. Then we have Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Erslan. Ivan Erslan can definitely win here. I think he has more experience. I think he's a better wrestler. I think he's probably got more power. He's going to be outsized a little bit in the height, but he's strong, man. This is a really tough fight for me to pick, but at plus, what is he, plus 225, I have to take Erslan. Because we're seeing a lot of these undefeated fighters lose this year. And what makes me think that Navajo Sterling ain't going to be the next one? I'm not that impressed with them. So I faded him already once. I think I'll do it again. Erslan isn't amazing or anything, but he's better than anybody Navajo Sterling has fought so far. And Erslan is not chinny, man. He's got a good chin, and he's got better wrestling. I really think it's going to come down to the athleticism of Navajo Sterling, who can keep Erslan at distance and get a good decision, or maybe even catch him. But that seems like a tough ask for me. I do like Erslan. I think Erslan can hold him down and wrestle him, which we've already seen people do. And he's got the power here, so I'm not confident in it, but at these odds, I'm going to take Erslan. Modestas Bukauskas versus Ian Cutelaba. When I first saw this, I picked Bukauskas, already put bets on him. I just think that he has a body type that gives Cutelaba problems. But the more I look at it, I realize that, as good as Bukauskas has looked lately, his competition has been weak. And that chin doesn't just magically heal and become great. Cutelaba cracks. He's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. He's won for me as an underdog a lot. And I think he's going to end up being an underdog by the time Saturday gets here. And because of that, I'm taking him. Man. Bukauskas gets caught early, and Cutelaba's dangerous early. And his wrestling should be just as good, if not better. So, it's a close fight. But once again, like the last one I just mentioned with Urslan, I like Cutelaba. I think he can get a finish here. I think he can get it done. If not, if you are on the Bukauskas side, again, I'm not mad at you for that. He can definitely get a late finish or get a decision because of that frame, because of that range. But I'm going with the more dangerous guy, and that's Cutelaba. Then we have Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Jessica Andrade. I think Jessica Andrade is probably going to take an L here. She's getting older. She can stop takedowns, and she is strong. But, Jasmine Jasudavicius is more of a natural flyweight. And she does wrestle, but she mixes it up. And mixing it up is how you get that wrestling advantage on Jessica Andrade. I think Jasmine's a lock here, man. Mike Mallet versus Charles Radke. I think Charles Radke's going to KO or, at least beat up Mike Mallet. I haven't been impressed with Mike Mallet in his last couple fights. I think he's been a little bit exposed. I was high on him early, but his competition was pretty shit. Losing to Pratis is we can't knock you for that. Radke's very aggressive, and Mike Mallet doesn't like fighting like that. He likes to kind of pick his shots and hang back a bit. He won't be able to do that here. If Radke doesn't, fight aggressive and does kind of let Mallet slow the fight, I could see Mallet stealing a decision or even getting a submission. But I think Radke has got more heart and he's more dangerous, so I'm going to take him. He'll probably be my live dog of the week, but I've got one more coming for you. Natalia Silva versus Alexa Grasso. I think it's a close fight. If this was a year or two ago, I would have taken Grasso, but as of how they look lately, I'm going to go with Silva here. I just think she will be able to eke out a decision. Jose Aldo versus how do you say it? Zahabi. I don't know. Fuck it. Zahabi's going to lose. Hasn't fought the competition. Doesn't have the striking. Isn't dangerous. I know that they're trying to make Aldo a stepping stone, and I don't know why. He should be in veteran fights and exciting fights and championship, title eliminating fights. Period. I hate this fight, but the more I look at it, I love it because I think Aldo can get it done. Zahabi's body type could be a problem. People are saying Aldo's old. He's only a year older than Zahabi. I don't know, man. I think Aldo gets it done. I think he can use his leg kicks. And he's still got great takedown defense. And Zahabi's not a guy who's just going to hold you against the fence. He really likes to slow it down. And Aldo can fight well at any pace. I think it's close, but Aldo gets it. Shevchenko versus Manon Ferro. Up until a couple weeks ago, I was thinking Manon Ferro was going to win. But she has struggled in places where I think Shevchenko can win. I doubted Shevchenko in her last fight with Grasso. And I regretted it because I had a feeling that, she wasn't done yet. And I don't think she's done yet. I think she can contend in the striking. I think she's really strong and won't get out-muscled. And she's better everywhere else. You've got one of the best female fighters to ever do it as an underdog. You got to take it, man. I think Valentina is another underdog that I like here. Between her and Charles Radke, those will probably be one of my live dogs. Sometimes it's not about if I'm picking the underdogs, because I'm always giving you guys good picks and good underdogs. But picking the one to give out to you guys, picking out of all the underdogs I like, that's where the challenge has been coming in for me. And I'm not sure which one yet, but one of those. And Shevchenko's going to get it done, y'all. And by the way, Ferro's not young either, so it's not like, she's this young 20-something-year-old chick. Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della-Maddalena. I think you take Jack by KO in the third or fourth round when Bilal slows down. Other than that, this is Bilal Muhammad's fight all day. Jack has struggled with the wrestling. We've seen him not doing well in places that Bilal can succeed. Bilal is ever improving, guys. I hate it, but I love it at the same time because I don't want to see Islam go up yet. I'm going to pick Bilal Muhammad, And that's all I have for you. I'll get my props, parlays, and everything else for you guys out tomorrow. I appreciate the love, appreciate the hate, appreciate the discourse. And until I see you next time, let's get paid, y'all.
Let's get paid, y'all. Live dogs in the mix.